Hello everyone, my name is Origami Pete and today I'm going to show you how to fold the traditional crane. So you're going to need a square of paper and you're going to start with the colored side down if you have a two-colored paper. We're going to start by taking one of the corners and bringing it to the opposite corner and making a diagonal fold. We're going to place the two corners on top of each other and then you're going to slide your finger to roughly the middle where the new fold is going to be. I'm going to zoom in slightly. Okay. And you're going to make the fold starting from this mark and you're going to make one half of the crease and the other half of the crease. And this way the paper is not going to slide and you're going to make a clean fold right from one of the corners to the other. Okay, you're going to do something similar again. You're going to bring one of the corners to the other corner, align properly, and we're going to again slide across the paper, making a mark somewhere in the middle where the new fold is going to be, and we're going to crease one half of the new fold and the other half of the new fold, like so. Now we are going to make a squash fold. That means we are going to insert our fingers to the inside of the model underneath the top layer of paper. We're going to open this top pocket and we're going to bring this corner to these corners down here, like this. And this time we're going to slide to this point right here and we're going to make two new folds, one here and one here. And this again means the folds are going to be perfectly clean and the paper is not going to slide. So we have a square pocket on top right here. We're going to flip the paper to the other side and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to lift the top edge slightly so that our fingers can fit to the inside. We're going to open the pocket and we're going to bring the top corner to the bottom corners, like so. And again, align the paper so all the corners down here are on top of each other neatly, making a clean point, clean corner. We're going to slide to the top of the base and we're going to make one new fold right here and another new fold right here. Now what we're going to do is take one of these wings, sort of, and flip them from one side to the other. We're going to flip the paper and we're going to do the same thing. Just take one of the wings on the side and flip them to the other side, like so. And this way we have a nice sharp line in the center. And we're going to take the edges which have the open side of the pocket on them and we're going to bring them right towards that center line. Okay. Just make sure that you have a nice clean point down here. Make a sharp crease, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Like so. Again, trying to make a clean fold. Crease sharply. Okay, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Okay. And we're going to take this top triangle and we're going to flip it downwards, just using these two edges as a guide. Like this. Okay, now we can unfold. Here you can see all the creases nicely. We're going to flip the paper to the other side and we're going to do the same thing. Just bring these edges towards the center line. Like so. Make sure this point down here is clean and sharp. Make sure your creases are sharp. And we're going to do the same thing here. Like so. And again we're going to take the top triangle and we're going to flip it downwards using these two edges as a guide. Like this. Okay, you're going to unfold. And I'm going to zoom out a little bit again. There we go. Okay, you can see all the new creases right here, nicely. And now what comes next is a petal fold. But a petal fold is a bit difficult for beginners. So I'm just going to demonstrate. A petal fold means you are going to take a single layer of paper and you're going to use this last fold we just made and you're going to flip that layer of paper, that corner, upwards, and as you do it, the sides of that pocket are going to bring themselves towards the middle and close up like this. But this is a bit difficult for beginners, so I think the easier way to get to the same result is making two inside reverse folds on these sections on the sides. So just open the paper slightly and just bring this section of the paper inside. I'm going to do the same on the other side right here, just lifting the paper slightly, bringing those corners towards the inside intentionally, just helping them. This is going to create a sort of kite shape on top, and you're going to get this corner, this long pointy corner, and you're just going to flip it upwards. And that way you get to the same result. Now I'm going to turn the paper over and I'm going to do the same thing, just demonstrating the petal fold again, just using this line right here as you know, the turning point for this section of paper. And the sides of the paper are going to close up on themselves like this. And if I do the inside reverse fold, I'm just going to open the paper slightly, push the sides to the inside first, like this, and I'm just using the folds we have already made, and then I'm going to get to that kite shape again, and I'm just going to flip this big pointy corner upwards, and I'm going to get the same result as if I did the petal fold. And now I get a shape that has two long points side by side right here on the bottom. This is going to be the head, this is going to be the legs or the tail of the crane. And these two long points, which lie on top of each other, are going to be the wings. And now comes the second tricky part about making a crane, because you need to take the thickness of the paper into account, and that means that when you fold these outside edges towards the center to make the pointy flaps for the head of the crane and for the tail of the crane, or for the legs, the rear point, you need to leave a little space from the midline right here. Go all the way to the point, in the point, but leave a little space right here. It's not going to be visible because it's going to be underneath the wing, but it's going to make these sharp pointy flaps much cleaner than if you fold it this outside edge all the way to the center. I'm going to zoom in all the way I can so you can see, hopefully, that I am actually leaving a little space right here. And just for the sake of demonstration, I'm going to fold the other side. This is messy, I'm so sorry. I'm going to fold the other side all the way to the center so you can see the difference. Okay, I'm going to bring the paper closer to the camera so you can see that this edge, this folded section has a little space right here, and this folded corner lies exactly on the midline. I'm going to flip the paper, and now the incorrect side is here and the correct side is here because I flipped the paper. So I'm just going to fold all the way to the midline right here on the right, and I'm going to leave that little space in the middle on the left. But what you're going to wanna do is leave that space no matter where you're folding. This is just for the sake of a demonstration. Okay, so now comes the finishing part. We are almost at the end. I'm going to zoom out again a little bit. Okay, and now we are going to be making inside reverse folds, and this is the reason why we needed that space right here, because when you open the model like this, you flip that pointy flap upwards as much as the paper lets you, you can already see that this end point of this flap doesn't want to lie flat. These edges are colliding with each other and it makes a mess. So because I can't even fold this portion of the paper properly, I'm going to inside reverse fold that part and make it the head of the crane. So when I arrange the paper so that the head sticks out past the wing, you can see that the only reason why these edges aren't fighting is because there is an inside reverse fold right here, which makes which goes in the other direction, which means these two edges aren't colliding with each other anymore like they were before. And here, where I have left that little space, I will be able to make that inside reverse fold for the legs of the crane, and this point is going to be much cleaner looking. You can see that I was able to get a nice sharp point quite easily, because there is a little space along the center where these side edges don't reach. So when you fold this flap onto itself, these side edges, which are on the inside, have a space to go to and aren't colliding with each other, which makes all the difference. And really the only place where you're going to see that you didn't fold all the way to the center is this little bit underneath the wing, which is not going to be very visible at all. No one is going to notice it, but everyone would notice that these 2 points are unclean. So it's a little trade-off for a big impact on the final look of the model. We're just going to valley fold the wings downwards. You're going to go all the way up to where you feel the paper stopping you, and that's where you're going to make the fold. I'm going to turn the paper over. I'm going to do the same thing. There are wraparound edges on each side of this middle triangle where the wing doesn't go any further, and that's where you want to make that fold. Okay. Just pull on the model slightly to point the wings to the sides, and the model is finished.